Here's 7 ways where it might actually be acceptable to let the group behind you through. Now, I actually want to get your opinion on this because it's a massive talking point. That bit where a group's behind you and you're like, should we let them through? Shouldn't we let them through? I want to know if you agree with them. Oh, I'll tell you what, be okay. A little Healy. I thought it was going to be way better than it first was. We're okay. Right side.
Okay, so what's the first one?
Well, the first one on this list is when the trailing group has fewer players. So, like, an example of this is, and I have been stuck in this scenario so many times then, the group in front of you is a 4-ball, and I might be playing as a 1-ball, or we might be playing together as a 2-ball. Like, that group in front should recognise that, like, we're waiting.
Do you think though it's more obvious if it's just someone on their own rather than if it was a pair?
You know what?
Or do you think even if it's just...
To be fair, it probably is more or easier to recognise if you're playing on your own.
Yeah.
But like, I still think there's this whole thing of, it's going to be wasting 2 holes. And then I also think the 4-ball, and let us know what you think on this, thinks, well, if I let that group through, then there's a group behind them. I can't go anywhere. No. So they're so less likely to let people through. I mean, we've seen it, right?
What do you think then?
It riles my SHIT. If I'm like a 1-ball or 2-ball, and I'm not, like say, not filming or just going for a social game of golf, and that group in front of me just is so ignorant to the fact that they're not going to let you through. 191 yards. Wow. Yeah, I get really annoyed at it. Now, if you're looking at this going, oh, we've been the 4-ball or I've been the 2-ball, let us know the scenarios in the comments where you think, oh my God, I should have definitely been let through here. Okay, that's the first scenario. It's 193. Oh my God, this is a tough hole. That's scenario number 1. Don't forget, there's another 6 to go through here, and they were dying to know what your opinions are. Go on, Em, what club do you think I should hit? Or what club have I picked out?
I hate it when you do this.
What club have I picked out?
Wait, I'd say I'm going to ask you to say the yardage again, but it makes absolutely no difference. I ain't got a Scooby. Let's go 5-iron. Oh, damn it!
No way, bloody near.
Yeah, so, but okay. The reason why I said that was at that par 3 Mottram Hall, you sometimes have played a 5-iron, and that's I think 190.
Yeah, it's like 35 degrees here.
Oh, I'm not getting into
the ball goes way further.
Oh, well. But there was a slight bit of logic to my guess, right?
Should I get second scenario up? Let's have a go through that here. So let's get scenario number 2 up. So scenario number 2 is the leading group is slower and or made up of beginners. Now this is hard because if you just started playing golf, you might not be aware of the etiquette to let somebody through, or you might not feel like you're able to, or you might not feel that you're actually allowed to.
But then I guess it's a bit like learning to drive a car. Do you not think people should just have patience for the fact that somebody's learning? Like if a learner's in front, and we've all been there, they're so bloody slow. Be like, back off, because you've been there. You've been that learner, you've been that beginner golfer. So just have a bit of patience. It's not the end of the world. They're trying their best.
Sounds bad, but I wouldn't probably think about it that way. Right, okay, let's hit the shot. I've got 7-iron in my hand. Let's see if we can start this video with a bit of a birdie here. That should be nice.
I actually thought it went more right than it did.
Well, I actually thought it was going to be straighter than it was.
So where are you aiming, sorry?
I'm going to aim just right at that flag because I don't want to go left of it.
Wow.
Wow, it's straight down the throat, Em.
That's literally...
It's a good shot.
That is a good shot. Is that just at the front?
Just the front, yeah. That grass is so, coarse. It makes such a difference. It's so different playing here to playing in the UK. The grass is so much coarser. Right, so far, they're 2 pretty good scenarios to talk through.
So number 3
Hey, sorry to interrupt. You said it was on the front of the green. That is a bloody good shot to start the day.
Couldn't have gone any better.
Beautiful. There's no actual excitement from you. It's so fake.
Well, it went where you said, didn't it? So.
Yeah, true.
You haven't exceeded your expectations on that. Tell you what, you played a blinder yesterday.
Yeah, I did, to be fair.
Birdies for fun.
Birdies for fun. Anyway, people don't care about that. Let's go to number 3.
No, they don't. Number 3. Yeah, no, it was if the group behind's in a buggy and you're walking, just letting them through.
Yeah, see, I don't know about this.
What? Is that not the most obvious one?
It is, but it might not be, because if you're a 2-ball, right?
Yeah.
You could be a 2-ball walking, very quick, and you could be a 4-ball in buggies. I actually honestly think a 2-ball walking is probably similar like pace to a 4-ball in a buggy.
Yeah.
So it's not always the case.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but okay, so hang on a minute, you switched it up there. Let's do the exact same comparison, as people would like when it's like a driver test or whatever. If the conditions are the same, 4 people walking, 4 people in a buggy, you'd want 4 people in a buggy to go ahead. You can't change the bloody rules as we go through.
Interesting. Okay, that's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Then probably that should be the case, because you've also got to think. Maybe even a 3 or 4-ball of lower handicap players might be a lot quicker than a 4-ball and a buggy of higher handicap players. Because you're looking for golf balls, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you going to say good shot yet, or what?
I did. I said beautiful shot. Just got to finish it now.
I mean, I'd take a 2-putt from here.
Yeah.
These greens look super slick.
Go. Oh. Wowza.
They're quick, right?
Played that really well though, didn't you?
I know, they just sort of kept
You
going.
don't give off a lot though, and it's like, I don't want to be one of these people that's like, oh, that's great, and you're like, no, it's not, it's shit.
I'm like one of those, I'm terrible for it.
So I don't say anything, and you go...
I was that kid that would be like, one hand off the club and hit the green, which I got to get out of. Everybody used to think I must have been a bit of an arse.
No comment.
Hey, it's nasty that.
No,
okay.
but you seriously, you don't give anything off, so that when you hit it, I don't want to be annoying and say, oh, it's a great shot, and you're like...
But I'd never tell you to shut up. Maybe I have. Okay, so we've got 3 scenarios in. If you are enjoying this video, this is a good point here. Don't forget to subscribe, like it, turn the bell, and get involved in these comments. Like, we're choosing these topics because we found them in forums, and I think it's just a really interesting point. Let's get the buggy. Hit me with number 4 of 7.
This is if the course is not particularly busy. So, yeah.
What does that mean?
So if a course is packed,
yeah,
there's not really...
I always think that, because if the course is packed, it's
There's
so
no benefit
hard.
though, is there?
No. So the course is quiet, you should let people through more often.
Yeah, because if it's so busy, then the quick golfers will just end up behind other groups, so you can't play through the next one, can you? So you just end up in the same scenario.
I played so many times where you're like, well, you can't go anywhere, so there's no point in me letting you through.
I think that's one where if it's absolutely dead, you just play them through. There's literally, it makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
And I think if there's a lot more space ahead, if you know that there's so many groups ahead, then you just go for it. If there's like 8 holes, 3 ahead, then obviously you let them through.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
The leading group takes an extended break.
You're halfway round. Yeah,
Is that
so sometimes, like, we play posh places, something like this, to be fair, it might be like, we're going to stop and have a coffee, or we're going to stop and have lunch halfway round, and you would just go, come on, let people through, whereas some people get really anti. No, we're stopping, so that means you've got to stop. So, like, there's sometimes the halfway houses where you might stop 15 minutes, the group behind you might not want to do that.
So, like, the trailing groups, even if they don't stop, they shouldn't automatically go ahead. Would they have to then ask that group?
Yeah, you should have to ask, yeah, you can't just go through.
Yeah, but would someone seriously stop for like 15 minutes?
Some people do, yeah. It's a posh place.
I'd be like, come on, lads.
Get going here,
Get
I want to
going.
get back. Right, this is the hole we've got here, Em. So I do you reckon that is because where the direction the wind is? That's where the wind feels like it is, so into off the right. So it's par 4, 332 metres.
Can we not change the unit to...
yards? Let's try. Scorecard.
Change to yards,
Change
bottom
to
left.
yards. He's that.
Oh no, that says change to metres. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. 363 yards to the pin.
Made our life easier.
That's it's so
I don't
much
actually
easier.
know what the sum is for that.
It's 10% difference.
So where are we aiming on this one then?
Well, just a point, we're playing from where the legends are playing this week, playing this course. We're aiming, and the buggy down there is probably a good line, I reckon. Do you? I think that's pretty good. So that's where I'm going to exactly aim, and that's where we're going to hit. I'll tell you what, my swing's starting to feel better.
Don't put it out there.
No,
Don't put it out into the universe.
That was such a good hit.
Nice. Poker straight.
Just, I think I was aiming there.
No.
Was not aiming there?
No, I think you did aim there because it went bullet straight.
I know.
But...
I thought I aimed there. It's such a bad habit of mine, aiming. Like, I think obviously that's influenced by the bunkers. Right, come on, no, give me another one. Give me another one. I'm in high anticipation here. We've got 2 more to go through.
Yeah, and the last one's a bit of a weird one, to be honest.
Yeah, well, hey, I haven't seen these, so I'll take your word for it.
Right, so the next one is you've caught up with another group on the tee box and it's clear nobody is ahead of them. So this one overlaps with the one before, but if you catch another group and it's clear nobody is ahead of them, then it's time to ask if you can play through. And if you can ever play through a group on a par 3, then that's highly recommended. And as the leading group, you might want to pick a par 3 as the hole you let someone to play through your
Yeah,
group.
it's always easier because it's a short hole. You've only got one sort of shot that brings jeopardy, whereas sometimes, right, you let a group through on the tee of a par 4 or par 5, they might mess up that tee shot, they might mess up that second shot, and before you know it, you've got like 3 groups waiting on a hole.
So is there any of those ones that you... Oh my God, that's massive. Is there any of those that you don't agree with? Or...
There's that one about if you're in a buggy and walking. I don't agree with that because you could be a lot quicker than a group. 4-ball walking could be quicker than a 4-ball in a buggy, depending... Oh my God, I'm getting attacked. Depending on how good they are, right? Because if you've got 4 scratch players walking and they're not looking for any golf balls, they're going to be so much quicker, and that's controversial, but that's just fact.
Sometimes as well, people... I know this sounds really stupid, but some people aren't the best at driving buggies in the sense like...
You're terrible. You're terrible.
That wasn't an invite.
You're terrible.
But yeah, I'm not the best. No, do you know what it is? I get on edge.
You get nervous.
No, because I feel like people are so arsey about driving buggies.
You know what it is? You press the brake loads and it makes it like, oh. You get whiplash when I'm driving the buggy.
I'm not even going to defend myself. Oh God, let's find this ball. Like, I hate more than anything in the world is when we're filming with somebody, like, that's quite important and you've got to drive them in the buggy. I hate it because I feel so much pressure. I'm like, am I pushing too hard? Are they going to be thinking, Jesus, she can't drive it?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
And then because of that, I get more on edge. So...
Right, let me stuff this one in close,
Anyway.
hopefully. 86 yards. Then I want to hear the final one because you said the last one's controversial. So I want to hear that.
I think you'll think it's controversial.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not really... I'm nice and chilled, but I'm sure people will be like, no, which is fair enough.
Right, 86 yards. I got 54 degree. God, you have to gouge it out of there.
Can that do it? Ooh.
I'll take that.
What? Why did you go for that club? Talk to me.
Well, let's see how thick this grass is.
Yeah.
Dead coarse. So,
Yeah.
with it being that sort of coarse material, like it's a bloody cloth, the club gets sort of caught in it. So if I was to hit like a 50 or something a bit softer, the club will get dragged and it'll probably come out like it's got head cover on it. So I always think in scenarios like that, hit it with some more loft. It's easier, and you can hit it harder. So it cuts through the grass a bit more.
So make a mental note, everyone, next time you're in that situation. So we don't really get that type of grass at home
in the
though.
UK. It's more like Spain, Europe, America.
If you're going on a golf holiday, remember that, so you can beat your mates.
And also, if you want to really improve, head over to the tips channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you? Might not be really positive.
The home of simple golf tips.
Don't take the mick out on me, Emily.
50 world coach. Da, 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 da.
This is what I have to deal with on a regular basis, everybody. This is my life.
It's a bit of banter. Right, here we go. Oh, you've played another lovely one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop it.
Stop it. Open qualifying around the corner and I can actually play golf again. It's actually quite dangerous.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Are you going to come watch?
Well, obviously, because we're filming it, aren't we?
Yeah, but I mean...
But I don't enjoy watching you.
No, I get that.
No, just because obviously I really want you to do well, and I just find it's a bit like watching City. I don't enjoy it because...
You just let everybody know you're a City fan again. You're gonna lose people because of that.
Well, you know.
Right, let's see if we can roll this baby in. Right, hit me with the final one so I can have a think about it.
So this one is you relatively early in the round.
As in, like, if you're early, you should let them through. If you're later, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
What makes a difference? If you're 3 holes in or you've got 4 holes left to go, you just let people through.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be up for debate, that. Like, I don't think just because, I've only got 3 holes left, let's leave it.
Yeah, but where's the cut-off, though? Like, are you saying, like, the 11th
Okay,
or 12th
apart from
hole?
it being the last hole, I still think it should be time to let people through if the opportunity arises too.
But then would you let someone through any later than if it's actually needed, if you know what I mean?
What do you mean? Like, if it was the 17th?
Yeah, like, there's obviously no point in doing that.
I've only got to hold it.
No, you've not. No, you've not.
Oh! So close. That was so quick.
Do you feel better with that putter then? 'Cause you
Yeah, I
said
do.
You do?
A lot better. Yeah, my lab's gone, guys. Lab's gone. I've been thinking it.
It's funny because, like, if you'd say that or did a video on it, people would think, oh, he's just saying that. But honestly,
Well, I've used it now, for a week and a half, 2 weeks? And I
Yeah.
played really well yesterday with it.
yeah.
So yeah, going back to that final point, I would definitely, apart from the first or the last hole, maybe the first and second, I would say it's a flip. Earlier on, you're less likely to, or you should be less likely to, because you've got a chance to sort of catch up. But later on, I think even more
Yeah.
reason to let
Yeah.
people through. So yeah, there we go. There's 7 scenarios.
And I think they're all fair enough. You know,
Some of them,
everyone's-
2 that I think are a bit half and half on, if I'm honest. But yeah,
But you can understand why anybody would disagree or agree with it. But let us know what you think.
let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.